Hello everyone, my name is MANS Nagar. Today we are going to understand about the S4 HANA architectural level. What is the lots of advantages if we have the database behind the all the businesses modules in SAP. So generally S4 HANA, it's a architecture or as a database. Okay, HANA is a database, S4 HANA is the architecture. What is the benefit when we use the S4 HANA? Okay, I will tell you. Let's take an example. If you are, the two differences I will show you. If you are working with the decentralized EWM and S4 HANA EWM means extended warehouse management. Okay, what happens generally? Suppose you are working on the decentralized EWM. In the decentralized EWM we have two different servers. Okay, two different servers, EWM and ECC, okay, which we call ERP, normal ERP system, or we call ERP system. And when we compare with the S4 HANA EWM, okay, that means one server, only one server. It has behind the database, which is the HANA database. What about this S4? Okay, decentralized EWM means this is R3 architecture. This R3 S4, it's both are the architecture. For an example, we will create the inbound delivery into the system, EWM system. We create the inbound delivery. Okay, what we do first we create the purchase order. I will show you purchase order. I will tell you one by one, and then we create the inbound delivery ERP side, then we process it into the EWM layer. Okay, so see here S4 HANA EWM. So what we do, it has the business layers. Okay, all the servers, all the systems contain behind the layers, business layer, process layers. The first layer is a GUI, which is the graphical user interface. If you are looking end-to-end configurations implementation in the S4 HANA, okay, please get back to me. Or modeling or development, HANA development, modeling or S4 HANA, then please get back to me. So graphical user interface means where we interact, where we execute the transaction code. Okay, suppose I am going to create the purchase order MV21 and I execute here in this layer. This is a presentation layer. We call GUI, graphical user interface, or presentation layer. Okay, do you think, have you assumed when we are going to create the purchase order, okay, when we create the save, system generates the purchase order number, where the data, where all the records going to be saved? All the records, if we create the purchase order, or if we try to extract, like if you would like to see that purchase order, records will come from the database table. Somewhere behind we have the system, the database table. Okay, so when we talk about the S4 HANA EWM, behind we have the database, which is the HANA database. Okay, let's come here. Okay, HANA database, and suppose here we are going to create ME21N. Okay, purchase order. For an example, I am creating here. Whenever we create the purchase order, when we create the enter button or save button, immediately the records will travel from the presentation layer to the business logic layer. Okay, this is the codings behind the system. We have the codes or coding or code logic, business logic. Then immediately here we have the lots of different tools like core data services. Okay, core data services. Core data services, in the short form we call CDS views. Okay, very simple. The core data services CDS views are the enhancements of the SQL. Okay, the thing is, when we work with the S4HANA architecture, S4HANA EWM, S4HANA, any like business process we can take. Okay, S4HANA transport management, S4HANA EWM. So records will travel immediately from the presentation layer GUI, where we execute ME21 in GUI screen, graphical user interface. Immediate records will travel from here to the business logic layer. Behind S4HANA, we have the standards, core data services, annotations, associations. Immediate it triggers behind the system, and your record will reach to the HANA database, and records will be saved here. Okay, and immediately system will give you the notification, reference number or PO created, like purchase order number you will get here. Here the very big advantage here we have. Now see carefully in the S4HANA side, these two layers, business logic layer and database layer, both layers are merged together. Database layer and business logic layer have been merged together. Okay, so how many steps system needs to follow to perform the process? See, now I will show you, you will understand. One step to create the purchase order. Okay, and it's saved into the database. So when you want to extract, when you want to see the purchase order, you execute ME23N. Okay, then immediately system will send the notification to the business logic layer and some coding triggers, and system will see, the compiler or system will reach to the HANA database. If the record exists, we get the output. One step, two step to save, one step, two step to get the output. Also, we have the multiple types of associations. So the very simple thing, but I will tell you one more example. Suppose we have bulk data, bulk records. For an example, I will say thousands of records, and we are working, suppose, business warehouse, SAP BW, S4HANA system. Generally, in the business warehouse, S4HANA, what we do actually, we extract, it's an ETL process we do, okay? Extract, transform, load. So we work with the bulk records. If we have behind the S4HANA architecture, or we are working on the S4HANA architecture, so it's very easier, okay, to get the process, get an output, process the data. It takes very less time, fraction of seconds, even lots of million, like microseconds to get to process the data, even bulk data in the system. That is an advantages of the S4 HANA. Also, so suppose this is a simple example. Suppose one record, and assume we are processing multiple thousands of records, then this architecture are very beneficial actually for the businesses because it saves the time a lot. Okay. So the very simple thing, CDS, core data services. Okay, now suppose we have the bulk records, millions of records. Okay, billions of records. We have lots of bulk data. So when we use S4 HANA architecture, okay, development, modeling, okay, so we have one of the concept core data services. Very simple. So suppose out of 10,000 employee, I want to do some sum. Okay, I want to do some sum to get the highest age of the employee, for an example. Okay, based on the name. In that situation, if we have the bulk records, system uses the code push down technique. What is the code push down technique? Means the bulk records execution sum, okay, triggers inside the same layer inside the database. Okay, so here we have the two layers, which business logic layer and database layer merged together. Okay, so suppose I want to extract some, like, so for an example, I have the billions of records, some of, and I want to extract some of the records like detail. For an example, if we have the S4 HANA server, billions of records, for an example, multiple, like take an example of the any financial companies. Okay, so if they want to extract the data, so that time at runtime millions of records would be processed. Okay, if we have the S4 HANA architecture, the same process happens inside this business logic and HANA data, this database layer. Okay, in a single layer where both the layers have been merged together. So business layer and database layer have been merged together. Okay, so that's a benefit. We get the process very quickly. Now come to the both the side here. This is the decentralized. This is the centralized or embedded EWM. Okay, decentralized. In the decentralized, we have the presentation layer, different layer. We have the business logic layer, different layer, and database layer, different layer. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, just an example. Both systems, both sides are very powerful. We take the decision, we need to implement decentralized or embedded, depends upon the business to business. Okay, but both are very useful, very powerful, and very usable. So the differences we have, because both the kind of implementation we can do depends upon the business. Okay, we take the decision depends upon the business to business. Okay, but this is the basic information which I am going to share with you. So when we use the decentralized EWM, it has a presentation layer, business logic layer, and database layer. In the EWM, we know when we create the customer, vendor. Okay, so we use the one of the bridge. Okay, which is the we call core. Here we call we use the bridge. System uses the RFCs, different kind of standard RFCs, APIs. Here we use one bridge. We use SIF, core interface. So when we create any customer, vendor, okay, we transfer, okay, from the ECC to EWM. Okay, simple thing. Both are very powerful. Depends upon the businesses. We take the decision which we are going to implement or which we are going to migrate the data in which systems. So here how data travels: presentation layer to business logic layer and business logic layer to database layer. Okay, and like this. Okay, when we extract the data, so first your request will travel from the presentation layer to the business logic layer to the database layer. Response comes from the database layer to the business layer to presentation layer. It happens in both the sides, ERP side, EWM, both the sides. Okay, so here we have how many layers? One layer, two layer. Here we have one layer, two layer, three layers. So this is the basic introduction. And if you're looking for HANA development, if you're looking for HANA, SAP S4 HANA or SAP HANA modeling or development, please get back to me with extended warehouse management. So HANA, S4 HANA, EWM, modeling or development. Okay, this is the basic architecture. And if you have any doubt, any question, if you want to, then you may reach to me via social media platforms. You may text me